my love, and welcome back to Strip to the Soul, the podcast where we deep dive into inner work, self-love, and what it means to be a woman in today's world. My name is Jade, and so happy you're here because this episode I am living for. We're going to talk about something that can shake even the most confident of us, and that is what to do when a man ghosts you, and then how to shake him. Oh, let's face it. Let's go. So being ghosted, it hurts, right? It's confusing. It's not funny. It sucks, right? It does feel disrespectful, and it can leave you questioning yourself a lot, especially if you've showed up well in a situation. But how you respond to being ghosted says so much more about you than it does about him. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is how to handle the pain, how to transmute it into something empowering, and how to stay in your feminine power through it all. So ghosting hurts. It sucks. I've experienced it. And let's acknowledge why it hurts so much, because it's not just about the guy disappearing. It's about the sudden withdrawal of energy and almost the lack of closure that you do experience, and the unspoken rejection that you feel. And for many of us, like myself included, it can trigger feelings of unworthiness, or the abandonment wound can get triggered. And that's why it is important to address these emotions when you're experiencing them. And it's also important to recognize how much have you played in this situation, because it's not always clear to us in the moment. It's only upon reflection. But I'll go into this in another episode, but I want to talk about what you should do, okay? So I want to remind you that if someone ghosts you, his actions are a reflection of him and not of you. We might have had something to do with it. Like I said, I'm going to talk about anxious attachment in another episode. But still, ghosting, irrespective of what you did, ghosting is cowardly if a man chooses to exit that way. And it says more about his inability to communicate or handle emotions than it does about your worth. Because when you internalize his behavior, you're giving him your power, like the power over your sense of self. And we are not doing that. And that's why we're going to talk about it today. And I'm going to give you the best advice. So first, if you have experienced it or you're going through it, you need to embrace the pain and then transmute it. So what I mean by this is let yourself feel the hurt, the disappointment at the loss, or the anger that you're experiencing, because this is your heart's way of almost processing what happened. And we can't act like it didn't happen. But the key thing is you can't stay in that space. Like once you felt it, it's time to transmute it. And transmuting pain means turning it into something empowering. Like if you ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this experience make me stronger? Maybe it's a wake-up call to set your higher standards for yourself, or maybe it's a chance to practice detachment and more self-love. Whatever it is, you need to use the experience to grow, because then you are benefiting from it. Then it's a win from you. If you don't use it to grow and you stay stuck in it, it's like he's won in a way and he doesn't even know it. He's not even aware, and he's won because he's let his actions dictate your life. Whereas if you take his actions and use it as fuel to your fire, this is how you just benefit no matter what. So I want to talk about what not to do in these situations, because there are lots of ways that we can sabotage ourselves when we're hurting. Okay, so we're at the place where we've already been ghosted. Now, this is what not to do. First things first. First thing before that, I'm telling you this because I've learned this, okay? I've made the mistakes, I've learned, I've reflected, I've learned some more mistakes. I got better and better. And now I'm going to tell you, you're not going to chase him. If he ghosts you, he is already showing you who he is. So why would we chase after someone who doesn't respect you enough to communicate? Chasing is actually rooted in fear and also desperation, and it only pushes you further out of your feminine essence, because you then go in from receiving into chasing. And I've made the mistake here where I've been ghosted by a guy because he was going through his own shit and he was navigating his own internal world because he had done something bad and he didn't know how to communicate it, and so he had ghosted me. But what I did was I chased an answer from him and communication from him, because this is rooted in fear, like I said, and it only put me into like a desperation energy versus being in the energy of like, ew, this person is not someone I want in my life, so like, thank you for removing yourself. Like, you see, there's such a difference in power in that. So with that, you don't seek closure from him. I know how tempting it is to demand answers, like, why didn't you communicate? Why didn't you call me? Blah, blah, blah. But here's the truth. The closure doesn't come from him. It doesn't come from him. It comes from you. Waiting for him to explain himself is giving him control over your healing. You're giving him the control to make sure that you feel okay, rather than taking your power back and deciding that you don't need his explanation to be able to move on. I don't need to know why he ghosted for me, and I'm not waiting for it. I'm already out the door. I'm already next. I've moved on. Like, see you later. Like, those two realizations of not chasing him and not seeking closure it's so hard. It's so hard because every part of you wants to. But when you can have that self-discipline to not to, I can tell you, you are going to feel so much better. And also, he's not going to expect that. Of course, he's going to expect you to chase him. Of course, he's going to expect you to reach out. You know, even if they don't want to consciously admit it, that's just, you know, what they're probably going to think, because they're the one who has the power in that sense, because they've ghosted you. And then all of a sudden you ghost them back. They're probably going to start TikToking in their head and wondering. So yes, those two key things are so important. And also one that's pretty self-explanatory. Don't vent your problems out loud. Don't give it energy. Don't rant too much to your friends. Of course, you can confide in the ones that you love, but, you know, don't put it out on social media, because airing your pain publicly, it feels good in the moment. But first of all, this isn't your highest self. Keep your dignity intact, sis. But also, it's giving it too much energy. Why am I wasting my energy, my brain power, when I could be using that power to pour into myself? I could use that time spent waffling on to someone, to go and get a facial, to go to the gym, to glow up, to, I don't know, lie in bed and stroke my cat. Like, whatever it is so much more important than wasting more time on a man who's already, you know, ghosted you. Like, it's just rude at that point to give him any more time. So yeah, staying in your power is one thing, but it's important to do it in a feminine way. So you need to be an embodiment of your highest self, of like the ultimate version of you. And so by doing the opposite of what most women would do, most people, not even just women, men, I know men would, if a woman ghosted a girl, I'm speaking to you as a woman, and so I've been ghosted by men. This could obviously apply to a man if a woman ghosted her, but I'm going to say most of us react, we text, we beg for answers, we spiral. This is what we do, but not anymore. Not you. No, you are now different. And here's how you stay in your feminine essence, okay? You hold your silence. So if you want my feminine energy secrets, they are like 2 episodes back, feminine energy, secrets that no one talks about. You hold your silence. Silence is powerful. It shows strength. It shows restraint. And it also shows self-respect. When he ghosts you, you don't chase, you don't text, and you definitely don't double down on trying to fix things, because your silence is going to speak volumes to that man. And I made this mistake in September, when that man ghosted me for a week, and I was not silent. No. And if I could do anything, if I could change anything, I would have never messaged him. As soon as I didn't hear from him, gone. He never heard from me again. And that was a lesson I had to learn, and that's why I'm sat here telling you this right now. So the second point is focus your energy. So shift your focus away from him, like I was saying about giving it too much energy, and put it back on yourself. So staying in your feminine energy means pouring into yourself and receiving your love, okay? Pour into your passions, pour into your personal growth, and then you can also, pour more time into your friendships and things that just nourish you. And it's not about pretending that you're unbothered. It's actually about genuinely wanting to redirect that energy into what, you love. So it's not coming from a place of like, you don't want to do it. It should feel so good to focus on yourself and grow, okay? And not give him any more time. The third point is to get clear on your value. So use this ghosting experience as a reminder of your worth, and asking yourself these questions like, what kind of love do I deserve? Like, what do I actually want? And when you're clear on your value, you won't tolerate behavior that doesn't align with it. Like, why? I know my worth. I know I'm an incredible woman. I know I'm so loving. I'm loyal. Why would I even accept that? Like, this isn't even on my level. Like, a man who ghosts isn't even good enough for me. And when you see that, you are completely reframing the whole experience. It's almost funny then if someone goes to you, you're like, clearly we are not the same kind of person. It's a blessing. It's a blessing in disguise. And it's a fast way to get rid of people who aren't meant for you. So instead of seeing it as a rejection of someone not wanting you, see it as a redirection. And the universe, God, whatever it is you believe in, is clearing space for someone better to come into your life, someone who will see your worth and someone who is more aligned and matches your energy. Because if you wouldn't ghost, then like someone who does do that kind of behavior isn't welcome in your world. And why would you even want to be with someone who communicates by disappearing, like Houdini? Or would you rather be with someone who is emotionally mature and respectful and aligned with your values? Like, the answer is obvious. It's obvious here, but I'm needing to remind you because I know we all do this. I know this because I've done it. You've done it, and my best friend has done it. We've all done it. All my girlies have done it at some point. And yeah, I was dating a guy at the start of the year. It hadn't developed into something serious, and he started pulling away and kind of getting a bit ghosty, like not full ghost, but a little ghosty. I called him Casper, like Casper the Friendly Ghost. And eventually we did have a real conversation about it because I kind of confronted him in person, and he was just like, I was trying to create space. Because for him, he didn't, he realized that it had gone further than what he was comfortable with. He wanted a little bit of fun. It kind of developed into more. And so he had a reason for ghosting. But then it's like, why would I want to be with someone like that who can't come to me and communicate their feelings? Like, sorry, if a man can't communicate, he's got some work to do. And unfortunately, that's not our responsibility. So what is our responsibility is becoming the woman he can't ghost. This is iconic when you actually think about it. It's not about manipulating him. It's not about playing games. It's about embodying your highest self. And when you're aligned with your worth, if you need help with that, I have a whole masterclass on aligning with your worth, you get clear on what you deserve, and you carry yourself with this confidence and feminine grace that is absolutely magnetic. And then the right man would never ghost you because he would recognize your value. And the wrong man, well, he's just going to weed himself out. And that's exactly what they do. And that's exactly what we want. And so then in this case, he didn't ghost you. He literally walked himself out the door, and you won't feel abandoned or ghosted. And you will feel on a deep level that thank goodness that happened, because I wouldn't want him anyway, because that is not attractive to me. Not in just like the physical sense, but like the energetic sense. Like it just, that behavior will be so unattractive that you won't even be attached to having to grieve it, or it won't even feel painful. Like someone goes to you, it won't even affect you, because it's just like, wow, that's just like so gross to me, and that behavior is such a turn off. I'm literally repulsed by that behavior and that man. That thank God, like thank goodness he's not in my life, versus grieving and being like, why did this happen, what happened, what, blah blah blah. And so this just change in your mindset comes from knowing your worth. And so that needs to come down to the radical responsibility we have with ourselves to take action and actually own it and see and get to know ourselves and grow and become a woman who knows her worth. So I want you to remember that being ghosted isn't a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of his communication skills or lack of, and also the lack of respect. And ultimately, people are free to do what they want. If you think about it, like we do have this free choice, and we can, know we don't want to be treated in a certain way, but it doesn't mean that all people navigate the world like that. And I think when we can accept that truth, then it's a lot more liberating. It just means that that person is not your person, or those people aren't your people. Like, let yourself feel the emotion at first, but don't let it impact you, and use it as an opportunity to grow, to get clearer on what you value, and to embody the feminine woman you are meant to be in her power, and be different. Be the girl he can't ghost, because if he doesn't write back, he hasn't ghosted you, he just let himself out. And that is a game changer, my friend. So thank you for listening to this absolutely epic episode, if I do say so myself. I just love taking my own experiences and things that I've gone through and mistakes that I've made, and really seeing how you can grow through them and change, and then learn from the mistakes to then be a better version of yourself. So you can do the exact same as well. If you have been a little cray-cray in the past when someone's ghosted you, it's okay. We've all been there. So the next time you can just be better and do things differently. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this episode resonated with you. Please share it to a friend if you know she would need it, and leave it in a review if you haven't already. I would really appreciate that. So remember, you are worthy of love, respect, and so much more than breadcrumbs. Okay, sis? Until next time, stay strong, and I love you. Bye.